sounds, and we are underway. Jared Gardner for the first call of the year.
So it is going to be Collins going up against Howard for this ruck contest. Collins does get the tap down. Ball coming off hands, and the first possession does go to Greensborough through Ethan Luke. Ethan Luke inside forward 50, kicks towards goal, just hangs it out to the right-hand side. So almost the perfect start for the Borough at home, as Ethan Luke has the first meaningful possession of 2024. And the first score of the season does go to the Borough. And a bit of biff going on off the ball, as you'd expect. And the kick-in is turned over straight away and snapped around the corner. And it's Daniel Ferrinato who's kicked the first goal of this Meadows Greyhounds Division 1 season. And Greensborough off to the perfect start.
That's a huge start. Daniel Ferrinato was the late inclusion today, and he gets on the board early. 27 goals he kicked last year, and he's already got his first straight into the match, not even a minute into this first quarter. And they were able to get the job done early on. So Ferrinato kicks the major, and it is 1-1 to no score early in this one. So a positive start for Greensborough as we get back in the middle. It's going to be Nathan Howard here to do the ruck work again for Greensborough. Going up there was Jaden Collins, 2 for Eltham, and they're going to win another clearance here. The Borough inside 50 to go. This one will be chopped off, and the Panthers regain possession through Sinclair. They kick towards the outer side. It's a good one too to Malloy, who just takes his time, not sure where to go with this kick, so he's just going to send it down the line. Byron's going to have to beat 2, and Brindley is just easily able to go and take a simple mark. So you can expect that in the hole for Tom Brindley, and it's going to be 50 metres as well, so might have been encroaching the mark or a bit of back chat.
Yeah, I think Byron just got him a bit late after he came down from the mark, so umpire just wanting to stamp out some of that early on in the season and in this game. So Brindley will be marched. I think the man on the mark is going to be standing inside at forward 50. So Brindley will have a shot on goal to give Greensborough a second in the opening minutes here at War Memorial Park. Going to be on a 45-degree angle. Man on the mark standing about 35 out from goal. And he begins his run-up now and will send this one on its way. Tom Brindley kicks it. Umpire does have to do a lot of work, but it has gone through the big sticks. So Tom Brindley has kicked a goal for Greensborough. Not a noted goal kicker, playing along that back line. His 27th career goal in 71 career games. But Greensborough now 2-1-13 off to the hot start. Eltham yet to go inside forward 50.
That's a concerning start there, Zach.
Definitely, and I think it's two undisciplinary, if I could say the word, acts that have kick-started those goals. I mean, we talked about there was a little biff in that back 50 for Eltham, which turned into a turnover from the kick-out and a goal, and then a 50-metre penalty and the fullbacks kicking a goal. Terrible start for the Panthers.
As ball back into the middle now, Collins and Howard going for it. Collins able to get the tap down, and now the first inside forward 54 Eltham comes deep into the pocket, and it is going to be marked strong by the Greensborough defender. And it will be Deacon Lawler taking the strong mark. Move the ball on quickly. They're going to use the middle of the ground. Greensborough. Zach Hart going long inside forward 50. Smith is in there. And Wachinga does well to intercept that one. Culligan's going to send the ball forward. But it's Brindley who's going to win this foot race. He evades the tackler. Gets a handball off to a teammate in Johnston. And the holding free kick has been paid. I don't know if they're going to pay downfield. No, it's going to come back to this half-back flank. And Tom Brindley, the latest goal kicker, will have the ball.
Brindley's got it. In front of a healthy crowd here at War Memorial Park. Chipping ball, and it's a good one in the end to Andronako. Just holds his line for now, and then sends it towards centre wing on the outer side. A lot of flies, particularly for the Panthers. Hits ground level. Sinclair involved. Nearly got the 1-2, and then a lot of Panthers in this situation, but they're under enormous pressure, and they cough up the football as a result. The Borough have it. Centre wing, outer side. And an opportunity to go inside 50. Once again, they go central this time. Byron's in the hole. Got hands to it. Couldn't complete the mark. So still danger signs for Eltham. Sinclair handballed it away and got crunched. Andronako trying to win it back. Now a chance for the Borough. They're going to have another shot on goal. It goes towards the goal line, and it is a third goal. Harrison Andronako kicks the goal. A fantastic finish for the Borough, and they have a third in this Good Friday clash. 3-1-19. Eltham yet to register a score.
Well, this is a statement from Greensborough early in this matchup. The pressure is hot. they're cleaner with the footy early on. No rust for the Borough in front of their home crowd and just piling on the pressure and accurate shots on goal. Three goals won with their first 4 attempts. And this is ominous signs for the Borough early and for Eltham as they look to get a score on the board and really get their Division 1 campaign going off to a good start. There's ball back in the middle. Collins does get the tap down, but it's going to be kicked towards the forward line for Greensborough by Ferronato. It is smothered. So out to the wing now. Panham's there. He's just paddling it to himself, and now a big pack of players will fall on top of the ball, and umpire will call for it out of side.
You can hear Tim Bonghetti in front of the effects mic calling him from the sidelines this time. Clearance again to the Borough, but that one was too wide. And it's going to be out of bounds on the full, so Eltham now with a chance to just get a bit of control in this game. They have not had much of the football for a bit. In fact, that might have bounced just inside the field of play. I thought I saw the boundary umpire originally signal on the full, but it is going to be a throw-in. So it's going to be Collins and Howard again to do the ruck work. Expect this duo to do it for most of the afternoon. This one goes to Howard. Ball hits the deck. And then, again, another clearance win for Greensborough. Panham this time towards the top of the goal scorer. Eltham with numbers weren't able to take the mark, but it goes through for a minor score.
The defender tried to go the double fist and missed with both of them. So just shaking off that little bit of rust in the first quarter of the first game of 2024. And it will be Ben Quainer who takes the kick in for Eltham. She's going to go short to the pocket. Now they're going to move it long down the wing. Declan Ayres is there. Gets a couple of hands to it, eventually finds it at ground level, shrugs a couple of tackles. His kick just goes along the ground and it's going to be picked up and going inside forward 54 Greensborough by Hart. That's intercepted. Now Eltham looking to go forward, but the kick once again isn't a good one. And is picked off by Ferronato. He goes to the outer side and can't find a target there, so it's going to go out of bounds. Just outside forward 54 Greensborough. Eltham just not clean going forward so far. A lot of their kicks just scrubbing and just going along the ground, not to a target. And something they'll want to clean up as soon as possible.
Badger throwing pretty much on the paint, or just about on the paint of 50. Greensborough's forward half. This is the outer side now. Ball comes in. Again, Collins and Howard. Howard tried to thump it forward. They just keep it in the field of play. Donaldson with a grubby ball, but it went straight back to the Borough. Sending it high and long inside 50 was Daniel Ferronato, and then it's gone wide for a boundary throw-in. So a lot of the ball in the forward half for the home side at the moment. We are almost 8 minutes into the opening term. It's Greensborough 3-2-20. Eltham yet to score. Goals from Daniel Ferronato, Tom Brindley, and Harrison Andronacco. This time it's going to be Jamie Smith in the ruck. Collins almost impeded on, and then it's going to be kicked towards goal. This time there's Eltham players on the line, and they're able to... Oh, no, it's a goal! It was a goal, and it was Daniel Ferronato again. Well, I thought that the Eltham defender might have had it on the goal line, but Ferronato's snap is true. He's got a second, and the Borough have a fourth in this contest. 4-2-26, Eltham yet to score.
The umpire very confident with that call. And it's a disappointing one. So Eltham just not able to get hands onto that ball. And Ferronato, as you said, the late inclusion with a second goal early. He's kicked 27 goals in 16 games last season. So we thought he might have an impact up forward. But maybe not to this level as the ball comes back to the middle of the ground. Collins does get the tap down to Donaldson. His snap actually goes backwards. So it's going to favour Greensborough. The Eltham defenders do well. And eventually handball goes back to Donaldson. Oof. A short kick. He's bumped as he kicks it. It finds a teammate there. And now a pack of players forming over the top of this one. And it will be balled up on centre wing.
Zach, what do you want to see from Eltham in this next 5 minutes just to regain a bit of control?
Just a bit of composure around the contest. Greensborough's pressure has been elite, and there's nothing you can really do about it, but it just... almost absorb it and just take the composure. I think discipline as well. They just got to calm down, Eltham. I think the overwhelming pressure and impact of today's day has worked in Greensborough's favour rather than Eltham, and I think that's why the scoreboard is looking the way it is at the moment.
Borough won the clearance from that stoppage. Didn't get it inside 50. It looks like it's going to be another stoppage this time on the corner of the centre square. Now, I'll tell you what, there's a bit going on, and it's going to result in a free kick. This one going to the Panthers. by the looks of it.
So it was Panham and Colm Culligan getting into it, and Panham just caught Culligan a little bit high. So Eltham with it on the half-back flank. It's going to be a short kick and a mark. Assessing options further up the ground. Can't find anything he likes. He's going to go to what looks like a 2-on-4 in favour of Greensborough. Eltham able to bring this one to ground. Now looking to go inside forward 50, but the pressure is immense. So the kick finds its way to Howard. He gets a handball over the top to a teammate in Sievers. And now Greensborough looking to move the ball forward is Aiton Delaney. Now finds a teammate, bounces, he tackled, but umpire says play on. And now there has been a free kick for a high tackle paid, and he's going to go in favour of the Borough.
Charlie Bowes it was that's able to win this ball back, and it was a good kick. It will just work. It won't. It's going to be picked up by Donaldson, who just gets it onto the boot, and it's a tough one here for Minahan. Going in hard was Johnson the other way. All the Borough at ground level. Bowes at centre-half back. Over to Brindley. Now a chance here for Hart. Goes towards the outer side. 2-on-1 in favour of Eltham, and it works. Mark taken. Centre wing outer side. It's Wachinga. Short ball, not a great one. He's going to make a bit of work here for Chocker, the 23rd man here for Eltham. And he does well to force this one out of bounds for a boundary throw in Zach Sharp.
Work rate's got to be better from the Panthers off turnover. Just then, before, there was 5 Greensborough defenders to 2 Eltham forwards in their own forward 50. Of course, there's going to be a boundary throw in from there. If they're going to work so hard down the field to get turnovers to try and get it inside 50, the work rate's got to be there as well to get numbers there, or else they're just going to keep turning it over, giving back to Greensborough and keep copping big scores.
So Smith gets that tap down, and now Greensborough looking to move the ball forward. It eventually is wrapped up on centre wing. But we said that ruck battle already. We've seen Smith now going in to replace Howard in some of these ruck battles. Collins still doing it, so he'll be tiring out as this quarter does go on. He falls to ground on that occasion. And the ball not able to come out with a clean possession. Coming out is McCubbin. He's able to scrub a kick forward. That one has gone out of bounds on the full, so it will be an Eltham free kick.
12 minutes in. Greensborough 4-2-26. Eltham yet to register a score. Panthers do have the ball in hand on this occasion. They go down the line. The kick was smothered, and the ball goes out of bounds. And you talk about the perceived pressure from Greensborough, Zach. It's really on show early in this game, and while the heat's on, the heat's on.
Yeah, and I think that's the big question now for the rest of the afternoon. Can the Borough keep this up for 4 quarters? If not, you're giving Eltham a big sniff to get back into the game eventually.
Boundary throwing now. It's going to be in tap from Smith. It was a good tap, but they were quickly wrapped up. It was Panham.
Jaden Collins has just come off for his first rest, and he's leaning up against the fence on the boundary line.
Ball gets tossed up once again. Smith winning the tap on this occasion. Clear and Stowe going to Eltham. Bouncing ball for Byron. Getting there first is Sievers. Controlled at best. Handball back to Brindley, who just wants to go for a little run. Kicks inboard. Was originally smothered, so goes down the line. Clever tap from Panham. And then it was opportunity for Johnson, who may have been held without it. It was. Are they going to take advantage? No, it's going to go back. And despite the fact that Zach McCubbin wanted to get things going in the middle of the ground, it's going to go back to the skipper. Johnston. Out of side. High ball towards half forward. A lot of players fly. Eltham players had hands onto it. They've got the numbers, but they're brought to ground quickly. Some great forward pressure there from the Borough. They're going to force a stoppage inside there. Forward 50. They lead this game by 26 points. Ball gets tossed up again. Tap in favour of the Panthers. Again, Borough a lot of numbers at ground level. And Wachinga forces that ball out of bounds. So we're deep in the pocket for the Borough. They lead by 26.
So Greensborough just looking to pile on some scores late in this first quarter. As it looks like David Evans doing the ruck duties inside forward 50 or inside defensive 50 for Eltham. He's going to get the tap down there. No one able to take clean possession on that occasion. And now a quick kick outside through McCormick. Goes long past the wing. And it's going to be a foot race to this ball. It will be McFawn who wins it and gets a handball over to Sievers. Can't find a clean target, and I think is caught holding the ball. So it will be Matthew Byron with the free kick on the half-forward flank for Eltham.
First real chance for Eltham by the looks of it. It's definitely a chance now. It's 50 metres. So Matthew Byron is going to be marched pretty much directly in front of goal, and it's certainly going to be the first score for the Panthers. And you'd think with his experience he can convert, Zach.
Oh, you'd think so. You'd hope so as well for Eltham's sake with the situation they're in at the moment. But I think Eltham are quite lucky that they got the 50-metre penalty here. I think Greensborough are doing so well defensively. They just flooded that back line, so it was going to be a nightmare for the Panthers to find an open man. But I think that's something that the Panthers have got to go to work on, because otherwise this is going to be really ugly if they're going to outnumber them in their own forward 50 for the rest of the day.
Byron directly in front. Will kick from maybe no more than 20 metres out from goal. Back in the seniors. Can he make a mark early? He comes in and he has just snuck that in. But importantly, it's the first goal today for Eltham. Their first goal in Division 1 for 7 years. And they move to one straight. Greensborough 4-2-26. We are 15 and a half into the opening term. We'll quickly go around the grounds at Laylaw Reserve as it stands at the moment. Epping a 1-2-8. Laylaw just the one behind.
Just as well, there was great forward pressure, though, by a few of those Eltham forwards that led to the free kick, because they had an outnumber, Greensborough, again. So they led to the free kick, got the 50 metres, they got a goal. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come for the Panthers, knowing that if they just put the equal amount of heat on the ball as what Greensborough have already done, they'll be able to stay in this contest and potentially later on get over the top of them.
So back into the centre of the ground. Evans does rise high and gets the tap down. Eltham going to go inside forward 50 once again. There's no target, but it is going to be picked up by Sievers. He's going to work his way around a couple of players. A short kick isn't taken. And now Eltham applying the pressure, looking to go inside forward 50 once again. No player there able to take clean disposal. And now Eltham just going backwards to go forwards. Inside forward 50, the kick is smothered. And now the Greensborough defenders looking to mop this one up. And they'll get this one out of defence.
So Luke gave it off, and then it's cleared away by Hart towards centre wing broadcast side. They'd off to kick it off the ground from Christian Ferranato. Ball hobbling around and then spinning well, and getting that one out of trouble for now is Brodie Glenn. Ended up getting to Martin Fitzgerald towards half forward. It works out for the Borough. The mark is taken by McCubbin. And he's looking to opt to have a shot. It's a return to the Borough for Zach McCubbin. Spent last year with the Port Melbourne Colts. He's their leading goal kicker in 2022. He'd love to get one early on Good Friday. Still managed the 15 goals last year while he was with Port Melbourne. It's a tough angle for him on this occasion. McCubbin, he starts his approach just outside 50. Not a bad looking kick, but it's just narrow. And it is a behind for the Borough. Their third of today. They're 4-3-27. Eltham are one straight 6. We are 17 and a half minutes into the opening term here on Good Friday. 88.6 Plenty Valley FM match of the day as we wait to get the ball back from the crowd. And lots of cars around today, of course, so hopefully they all remain intact by the end of this afternoon's game. And it will be Ben Quainer who will clear it away for the Panthers. His debut for Eltham, as we said, 8 games for Doncaster East last year, but has also spent time with the Knights. He clears it away. It was a little bit of a risk, but it did work out for Stafford. He was able to get a hand off to Valance. That kick a bit ordinary, but it's going to work out here for Eltham. They run it inside 50. McCormick was a tough one for him to pick up. Now getting support there is Waldron. Greensborough with the numbers. Brindley hands it off, and they're just maybe not as efficiently as they would have liked. They can clear it away. Luke, handball back to Johnston. Has a bit more time. Sends it towards a one-on-one on centre wing. Panham, in fact, it's McCubbin who might win the free. No, he's given it away to Sinclair. And the new co-captain for Eltham wins at centre wing broadcast side. So Sinclair's going to assess his options very quickly. Ayres was one. Decides to go to the corridor. Tough one for Furlong. Goes over his head. Greensborough with the numbers. Bowes tries to fend off Furlong. Furlong stays with him. Bowes forced to go to the boundary. He keeps it in play though. Does Charlie Bowes. Still going now is Wachinga. Did really well to keep that ball in motion. And credit to Furlong and Bowes for a great little contest as the ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, it's hot footy as this first quarter does wind down. We are 19 minutes in, so just heading into time on and see who can, if either team can get a score on the board late. There's a ball thrown back into ground, a man taken off it without the ball in hand. So it is eventually going to be thrown in. I think the ball has bobbled out of bounds. So we'll get another stoppage on that outer side, just outside of forward 50 for Greensborough. And it will be Evans up against Smith in this ruck contest. Greensborough player thrown down off the ball. No free kick given. Evans gets the tap down and follows it up with a big tackle. So we'll have another ball up.
Ball's working. I'll
And umpire ready to restart play now. Smith has front position. He's going to get the tap down. And now a quick kick inside forward 50 through Panham. Can't find a target. Wachinga gets a hand to it. Does well. Handball out. Can't find a teammate there. And a snap towards goal through Brodie Glenn. Just out to the left-hand side. So another minor score for Greensborough. Takes them to 4-4-28. A 22-point lead over Eltham, who've kicked one straight.
Quainer in a defensive goal square. He's got Montanaro short. He's going to opt to go longer towards the boundary. Waldron and Wachinga get there. It's the ladder that takes the mark. Just in front of Brodie Glenn. Wachinga at half back. Down the line. Dangerous has to be pinpoint to Donaldson, and it was. Now he's got options to assess. He decides to go towards Collins. Takes the mark and plays on. Collins from 52 metres out. Might have a shot himself. It's a vacant goal square. And it's marked in that goal square eventually by Deacon Lawler, who himself wastes no time. Might have caught his own teammates off guard. Luke couldn't take the mark. Now he has to try and paddle it forward. Eltham numbers arrive to create some pressure. They can do that now. Fantastic stuff from the Panthers. They go towards goal. It's going to bounce through. A fantastic finish, that one. And it was Sebastian Malloy bursting through, kicking a terrific goal against the run of play. And the Panthers have kicked two in a couple of minutes now. They move to 2 straight 12. Greensborough 4-4-28. Excellent work from Sebastian Malloy, a 19-year-old, to get free, break the tackle, and kick truly.
It was brilliant. I think that Deacon Lawler took the mark on the goal line and wanted to get it moving. But as you said, none of his teammates knew that he was going to get it moving as quickly as he was. So the kick couldn't find a target, and then Malloy breaking a couple of tackles and a beautiful banana straight through the big sticks. So a great finish to this first quarter it has been for Eltham, kicking the last two of this game and really finding their feet now as the ball back into the middle of the ground. Howard just paddling it forward for Greensborough. He's going to be Choker there, who gets a handball out to Evans, who goes even further forward to Valance and inside forward 50. It's a long kick. It's going to be Lawler once again standing on the last line of defence. He doesn't take the mark. Collins is there to clean it up. He takes possession on the boundary line, gets a handball to a teammate, but just bobbles out of bounds. So we'll have another throw in deep in Eltham's forward 50.
Now, Valance, we know, kicked a brilliant goal in the grand final last year. Doesn't kick many. He may have thought he had the opportunity again, Zach, but not to be. But some promising signs for Eltham in the last 5 minutes.
Definitely. Their pressure stood up massively, especially in their forward 50, which has led to probably their 2 goals so far. But as Greensborough have done for most of their this quarter, that back line looks really, really strong, and they're probably holding up all this ascendancy that Eltham has had in the last 5 minutes.
Panham kicked it to Sinclair, and then Sinclair kicked it straight into the man of the mark, so it's going to force a stoppage on the outer side.
Stiff on balance, though. I think the wind is going the other way, so I got caught up in the wind. That's why I didn't make the distance, that kick.
Ball gets tossed up again. Opportunity here for Eltham at ground level. Donaldson was met hard by Luke. Still numbers at ground level for both sides. I think both teams will be happy. No. I'm going to say for it to be a stoppage, but the umpire said the Eltham player dived on it, so it's going to be a free kick to Tom Brindley. Brindley's going to opt to handball, and a chance now for Andronacco, who wants to go for a run. Sends it inside 50. Eltham favoured to take the mark, and they do in defensive 50. A great effort. And now they're going to transition. It's going to start with Darcy Valance in the defensive pocket on the near side. The scoreboard side, I should say. Valance. He's got options down the line. He's going to decide to use Marchbank. In there is Collins as well. Off hands from Marchbank. Ball hits the deck. Umpire hovering. Happy to let this play for a little bit more now. We'll call for a ball up. So we're almost 24 minutes into the first term. It's Greensborough 4-4-28. Eltham a 2 straight 12.
So neither ruckman able to get hands onto that footy. And it is going to be snapped forward for Eltham through Valance. A strong mark taken there by the recent goal kicker in Malloy. He's going to go forward for the Panthers. He's actually going to go laterally to Chocker, who takes the mark on the outer side and is held up by his opponent. Now looking to wheel around for that right route, and his 50 metres has been paid. So the man on the mark just got going a little too early for the umpire's liking, and Chocker will be waltzed inside forward 50. And the 19-year-old have a shot on goal to make it 3 straight for the Panthers.
Now, he's a 23rd man today, but this is his first senior game since 2022. He's going to play on, and he's going to kick his 4th senior goal. The Panthers have kicked 3 straight, and they are back in this contest. 3 straight 18 are the Panthers. Greensborough are 4-4-28. And, well, haven't the tables turned now, Zach?
They sure have, and he didn't want to waste any time there, Chocker. He saw no one was on the mark. He said, stuff this, I'm going straight in, get the goal, get it out of the way, let's go. Great stuff from Eltham. They've clearly risen the intensity around the contest. They're putting Greensborough under a lot of pressure. I think just the intercept marking as well has been huge with the likes of Valance and Sinclair down there. Kick-started that play, and brilliant from the Panthers. Greensborough now need to respond.
As the ball thrown back up in the middle of the ground, Collins gets a tap down. Donaldson goes to kick, but he's tackled as he gets rid of it. And now going inside forward 50 for Greensborough. And doing well to draw a high free kick there is Snell. So have it on the last line of defence. He'll go laterally to a teammate, which will be Waldron. Assessing his options up the ground. And we'll just go to the wing, but that's intercepted. And Greensborough will have to go back inside forward 50. I think that's Severs who has the ball. And he'll send the Borough deep inside. Smith, the target, has taken the mark. Wachinga, no match for the big man. And Smith takes the mark close to goal and have a chance to stop this Eltham run and settle the Borough going into quarter time.
11 goals last year for Jamie Smith. So can be a goal kicker when required for Greensborough. And with some tall timber available to him today, it's more of an opportunity for him to go up forward and be a target. So this is a chance to, as you say, Joe, rest a bit of momentum that's going Eltham's way. Smith makes no mistake. Gets his first goal of the year. And Greensborough get one back. They're 5-4-34. Eltham are 3 straight 18. We're 26 and a half minutes into the first quarter. It's quarter time at Laylaw Reserve. The Bloods 1-1-7, Epping 2-3-15. So a bit of a tight encounter to start proceedings over at Laylaw Reserve. Here it's tight as well, albeit despite it being a 16-point margin, there's been a lot of momentum swings between the two teams. So we'll see how that one plays out. There's, of course, Bongetti, we know, screaming plenty of instructions in front of us. So a bit of alternative commentary for you this afternoon. We're back in the middle, though. And the contest is between Howard and Collins. Collins getting the tap forward. Furlong is going to get there first. Spun around beautifully. Then got through another tackle, but not a third. Holding the footy. And Greensborough want to move it quickly. Howard in the middle of the ground. Got the handball away. Can Andrew Nako make something work? Got the handball back. And then in a bit of trouble there was Ferranato. Happy to let that one play out. There's quite a bit going on. They kick it inside 50. No, it's smothered. They go towards the boundary line. Can they keep it in motion? They can't. Umpire's going to call for a stoppage, centre wing out of side. Very fiery 30 seconds that one was, but in the end it's going to be a stoppage.
So ball back into play now, and there's a high tackle laid by Waldron. And a couple of Greensborough players coming in to remonstrate. It is Ferranato with that ball. Man on the mark, setting about 60 out from goal. So Ferranato's just going to go long to the top of the goal square. I think Smith's at the back there trying to take another mark. And there's a player coming from the side. And a goal for Greensborough has been kicked. And it has been Brodie Glenn kicking that one. Had a shot earlier that just dribbled to the left, but gets his first goal of the season. And now the momentum swing has turned to Greensborough. They've kicked 2 straight going into quarter time. And takes them to 6-4-40, leading Eltham 3 straight 18.
Well, Zach, they kick 3 straight goals, Eltham, and you feel like they're back into the contest. But in the space of 5 minutes again, the momentum shifts to a point where they find themselves really behind the 8 ball.
Well, that's the thing. In the space of 5 minutes, it's blown out to 22. It took them 15 minutes to get it within 10. So this is going to really hurt Eltham at the later part of this first quarter.
And the heat could be very telling about how this one plays out back in the middle. Greensborough's rucks are having plenty of it at the moment. Andrew Nako is as well. Takes a bounce in the middle of War Memorial Park. Sends it deep inside 50. Smith's the target. It goes over his head. Wachinga to take the mark. Can they get something rolling here, Eltham, before quarter time? They go towards Quainer, and it's gone right over him, and the mark's taken by Ethan Luke. And Luke, he's going to be, the man on the mark's about 40 metres out from goal, but he's almost right on the boundary on the outer side. It would be an incredibly difficult kick. We're into minute 29 of this first term.
You don't want to play on just in case a siren does sound.
Absolutely. As Luke will start his approach. Definitely one that can kick goals. Kicked 20 last year, although has been playing predominantly in defence today from just inside 50. It's a low floater that goes across the face. Smith almost grabbed it. There's going to be a free kick that goes to the Panthers against Smith. So it looks like the Eltham Panthers will be able to reset and try again out of defensive 50.
So they're going to go across goal, and it is just going to settle and take some time off the clock. Don't know if they'll be able to get another push forward, so just going to try hold on to this ball. It does the opposite of that, and intercept mark has been taken inside forward 50 for the Borough, and it will be another shot on goal. Harrison Andronako will have the shot for his second of the afternoon. He's having a brilliant first quarter, as are Greensborough.
Probably best on to start this game.
He has been very good, and will now look to add a second goal here. He's going to be directly in front, going to have to kick basically from the paint of 50 metres. He sends this one on its way, wheels around onto the right to get a bit of extra distance, and just hangs it out to that right-hand side, does Andronako. So he's got 1 goal, 1. Greensborough have 6 goals, 5, 41, leading Eltham 3 straight 18 as we tick past 30 minutes gone first quarter.
Well, we said the Borough ranked 8th in points for last year. They've kicked 41 points to start this first term alone, so Matthew Hyde will be very impressed with that statistic to start. Eltham have struggled to get out of defensive 50 for the time being, and they're going to be a bit stagnant again. Might be forced to go down the line. Byron, Hart, Sievers, it drifts even further, and Lawler all on his own takes a simple mark. He's on centre wing, right next to the scoreboard. He's just going to chip it short. That's gone over the head of Hart, and it's a mistake that forces a boundary throw-in, so not a great kick for Lawler, but another chance for Eltham now, who really, apart from the 5 to 10 minute patch they had in the middle of the term, have just been unable to go with Greensborough at the minute. Ball's going to be tossed back into play. Howard, front spot, goes over the head of him and his opposing ruckman and Chocker. Now it's going to be picked up with an opportunity for Brody Glenn, and it's going to be a free kick for High. Goes the way of the Greensborough Football Club. So will Glenn get it back? No, it's going to go to McCubbin. McCubbin's going to have an opportunity to get his first. He's already had one chance today, and it will be on the quarter-time siren. So Greensborough already with 6 goals in the first quarter. This will be their chance for goal number 7. And it will also be for their 5th individual goal kicker of the game. So Zach McCubbin, 62 games, 97 goals for Greensborough in his first stint. He's back at War Memorial Park. Can he kick off his new campaign with the Borough with a goal? That's going to stay right, and it's going to be a minor score. And that is going to end a very entertaining first quarter of football at Greensborough War Memorial Park. The Borough are 6-6-42. Eltham are 3 straight 18. Been a fascinating contest to start things off.